Donald Trump's lawyers have just sent an urgent letter to Justice Merchan in the same criminal case where Donald Trump was just convicted of 34 separate felonies. Trump's lawyers are asking Justice Merchan to lift the gag order that remains in place on Donald Trump, prohibiting him from extrajudicial statements, meaning outside of court statements that threaten the jury, that threaten witnesses, and that threaten or attack the judge's daughter or other family members, as well as attack the prosecutor's family members and certain prosecutors other than Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg. Donald Trump has already clearly violated the gag order on multiple occasions following the criminal trial, which remains in effect. Let me just show you the letter that Donald Trump's lawyer sent, and then let's talk about what the likely scenarios are that Justice Merchan is going to do. And also, let me just say this, that Donald Trump's post-conviction behavior, though, in attacking the jury, in attacking the prosecution, in attacking the witnesses, regardless of whether or not the gag order remains in place, that will show that Donald Trump is not taking accountability, is not showing remorse, which of course is one of the factors that Justice Merchan will consider in the sentencing of Donald Trump set to take place next month on July 11th. One of the reasons, or I should say pretext, for Donald Trump also requesting that the gag order be lifted is the debate between President Biden and Donald Trump scheduled at the end of this month on June 27th. I still predict that Donald Trump will find some excuse to back out of that debate, the same way Donald Trump always pretends he's going to testify and then doesn't. But let's just take a look at the letter. This is the first filing since Donald Trump became a convicted felon before Justice Merchan. It says, Honorable Juan Merchan, Acting Justice, Supreme Court Criminal Term, June 3rd, 2024 is when it was sent, although it was just docketed moments ago. It says, we respectfully submit this pre-motion letter requesting that Your Honor terminate the gag order restricting, they call him President Trump. He ain't the president. He's convicted felon Trump. So I'm just going to change the words and correct him. Restricting convicted felon Trump's extrajudicial statements for the reasons set forth below. Because the trial has concluded, the stated basis for the gag order no longer exists. Unless the court grants the requested relief based on this letter and any response from the government, we further request an opportunity to submit briefing on this issue. The proffered justification for the gag order, which we disagree with, related to the trial. The government's February 22nd, 2024 motion stated that the prosecution was seeking to protect the integrity of this criminal proceeding and avoid prejudice to the jury. And then it says, in the March 26, 2024 order, the court reasoned that the eve of trial is upon us. On March 29, 2024, the government filed a letter seeking expansion of the gag order based on concerns relating to, quote, trial participants, trial witnesses, and prospective jurors. In April 1, 2024 order, this court referred to concerns about a juror, a witness, and personnel participating in the trial in some other capacity. Perhaps you want to talk about, by the way, though, Todd Blanche, that Donald Trump was found in contempt 10 times and that he's now a convicted felon, that he was found in violation of the prior gag orders 10 times. You might want to mention that in your letter. And I would not be surprised when the district attorney's team mentions that in their letter as well. Goes on to say, now that the trial is concluded, the concerns articulated by the government and the court do not justify continued restrictions on the First Amendment rights of President Trump, who remains the leading candidate in the 2024 presidential election, and the American people. Just pause there for a second. To be very clear, these were not improper restrictions on Donald Trump's First Amendment rights. Donald Trump was free to testify. Donald Trump was free to talk about any topics. Just you can't be a maniac when you are charged with felonies, and you can't attack the jury. You can't attack the judge's daughter. You can't attack witnesses. How hard is it not to attack people who are involved in a criminal trial? You could talk about any other topic. You could talk about President Biden. You could talk about Merrick Garland. You could talk about Alvin Bragg. You could talk about any Democratic Congress members. You can talk about any Republican Congress member. You could talk about any topic that you want. Just don't attack the freaking jury. Just don't attack the witnesses. Just don't attack the judge's daughter or bring people to do that as well. And now you're going there and you're saying, oh, that would be a violation. He's a convicted felon. 12 jurors found Donald Trump criminally guilty on 34 felony counts. It ain't President Donald Trump. It's convicted felon Donald Trump. But I digress. I know from a lot of the emails that you send me that a lot of you watching and listening are entrepreneurs. You run your own business. And you know I run a business too, the MeidasTouch Network. So I know how hard it is to manage your numbers, manage the trends in the market, and budget everything. Your business gets to a certain size and the cracks start to emerge. Things you used to do in a day are now taking a week. You have too many manual processes and you don't have one source of truth. If this is you, you need to know these three numbers: 37,000, 25, and 1. Okay, 37,000. That's the number of businesses which have upgraded to NetSuite by Oracle. NetSuite is the #1 cloud financial system, streamlining accounting, financial management, inventory, HR, and more. 25. NetSuite turns 25 this year. That's 25 years of helping businesses do more with less, close their books in days, not weeks, and drive down costs. And 1, because your business is one of a kind. So you get a customized solution for all of your key performance indicators, KPIs, in one efficient system with one source of truth. Manage risk, get reliable forecasts, and improve margins. Everything you need to grow all in one place. The power of having all the information in one place to make better decisions and the unprecedented offer NetSuite is providing has been a game changer for us here at MeidasTouch. And I think it will also be a major game changer for you and your business. Right now, download NetSuite's popular KPI checklist designed to give you consistently excellent performance absolutely free at netsuite.com/Meidas. That's netsuite.com/Meidas, netsuite.com/Meidas to get your own KPI checklist. That's netsuite.com/Meidas. Check it out. It goes on to say, the constitutional mandate for unrestrained campaign advocacy by President Trump, not the president, is even stronger in light of 1, President Biden's May 28th campaign event outside the courthouse during the defense summation. 2, President Biden's public comments regarding the jury's verdict on May 31. 3, continued public attacks against President Trump by the government's witness, Michael Cohen and Stormy Daniels. And 4, the presidential debate scheduled for June 27, 2024. And then it cites a case, Republican Party of Minnesota v. White, 2002. Debate on the qualification of candidates is at the core of our electoral process and of the First Amendment freedoms, not at the edges. It is simply not the function of the government to select which issues are worth discussing or debating in the course of a political campaign. Then it cites a case, Landmark Communications v. Virginia. An enforced silence, however limited, solely in the name of preserving the dignity of the bench, would probably engender resentment, suspicion, and contempt much more than it would enhance respect. Then it has a footnote. The defense does not concede that there was ever a valid basis for the gag order and reserves the right to challenge the irreparable First Amendment harms caused by the order, whatever that means in the footnote. Signed, Todd Blanche, Emile Bove from Blanche Law, PLLC. Notice, by the way, that this letter is not signed by Donald Trump's other lawyer, Susan Nicholas, who clearly wants nothing to do with this anymore, and she didn't want to sign her name to these ridiculous Trump letters that he's filing. Because the stuff that's being said here, look, if you want to send a letter to the judge and you have a one-paragraph letter where you say, Judge, the trial is over, and Donald Trump would like to be able to say things that he's not otherwise able to say when the trial was taking place because the same concerns about witness protection no longer exist. If that's your argument, make that argument. But that's not what they're saying right here. They're saying that Donald Trump's First Amendment rights are being violated and that this is all unfair. Let's be clear. Trump was found guilty. Donald Trump is a convicted felon. There are repercussions for that. Donald Trump needs to report to the probation office. Donald Trump's not allowed to carry firearms anymore. Donald Trump is not able to travel to many, many countries as a result of his behavior. And should Donald Trump attack witnesses, the jury, like he's been doing, that can and will be held against him at the time of sentencing on July 11th. And also, I've said it before, I'll say it again, Donald Trump, I think, will come up with some excuse why he's not going to debate on June 27th. President Biden should be drug tested and whatever stupid thing Donald Trump is going to say, he's going to say that. Or, frankly, I think Donald Trump may be hoping that the gag order remains in effect, and then he'll try to use that as an excuse not to debate and say, I can't debate, the gag order remains in place. And so, frankly, if I have to bet, I think that Donald Trump's actually hoping the gag order remains in place. And then he'll say, oh, the gag order's in place, therefore I can't debate, and use it as an excuse. What would you need the gag order to be lifted to talk about in the debate? You plan on attacking Michael Cohen in the debate? You plan on attacking Stormy Daniels during the debate? You plan on attacking the jury during the debate? You plan on attacking the judge's daughter in the debate? That's what your prerogative is? I mean, just think about that, folks. But this is the state of the Republican Party. They are all in on convicted felons now. They make posts like Andy Biggs does saying that we're all convicted felons and that everybody commits felonies multiple times a day. So why should we be mad at Trump? Everybody commits 3 felonies a day, the Republicans are saying. This is who they are. It's so unhinged. But this is the state of them. This is the first letter Trump sent following his criminal conviction, and judge for yourself. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 3 million subscribers thanks to your support. Thanks for watching.
Real quick, Meta just changed their algorithm to suppress political content. Please follow our Instagram at MeidasTouch right now as we head towards 400,000 followers so you don't miss a beat.